Shalom. I want to start by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Double honors to the apostles and to the elders of Great Millstone. I'm going to say, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua. And I'm going to say, double honors, again, to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching us this knowledge through the Spirit. Being spiritual fathers in this truth. The name of this video is going to be titled Riches because it's something that comes along with this truth. I should have got that. Okay. Salakia, hold on 1 second. I seen the scripture that I should have got. In Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon 8 and 18. I'm going to get that. Okay. I got to get that because, riches come with wisdom, man. And I got more scriptures to prove that. But the first scripture I got is Job 20 and 15. This is Job 20 and 15. He hath swallowed down riches and shall vomit them up again. God shall cast them out of his belly. He shall suck the poison of asps, and the viper's tongue shall slay him. This is actually talking about the wicked. Because if you jump up to verse 5, it's like the triumph of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. And you're talking about the wicked, man. And it's not hard to see. Well, it's not hard to see who is really in power right now. Who has all the money? Who has all the oil? Who has all the international banks? Who is setting up banks here and there? Who is funding these wars? Who is doing all this stuff, man? It's easy to see who's doing that, man. They all so-called Edomites. So I'm gonna jump right to my next scripture. I mean, it's clearly seen who is the wicked is. Esau. Edom, the Edomites, they the wicked. And they got all the riches right now. But the Lord said he gonna cough them up, make them cough them up. He gonna punch him in his stomach and make him cough up them riches. And guess who gonna give them to? His people, man. Just like Yahweh said, ye are rich. I mean, if you're an Israelite, man, you rich by default. I know thy poverty, but you are rich. Yeah. That's what Yahweh said. Let me find it real quick. Yeah. It is Revelations 2 and 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty. And it says in parentheses, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them that say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. That's right. So we are rich, man. This is Psalm 49 and 6. They that trust in their wealth and boast themselves in the multitude of their riches, none of them can by any means redeem his brother. And so King David is making a point right now. He's saying, with all the riches that you got, you can't save your brother. You can't even save your damn self, man. You can't save yourself from the upcoming destruction. If Yahweh gonna kill you, and he got in his heart to kill you, guess what's gonna be done, man? You're gonna be killed. Plain and simple. Verse 7 again. None of them can by any means redeem his brother, nor give to the Most High a ransom for him. So you can't pay the Most High off. You can't pay Yahweh off. You can't do that. You can't pay him off. No, it's no riches in the world that can convince him that you can actually pay Yahweh off. That's bullshit. Right to my next scripture, Psalm 52, and I'm going to start at verse 6. The righteous also shall see and fear it, and laugh and shall laugh at him. Well, actually, this is talking about the wicked. It says the fate of the wicked. I might just start 1 and go to 7. Okay, I'm going to start from 1. Why boastest thou thyself in mischief, O mighty man? The goodness of the Most High endureth continually. Verse 2. Thy tongue deviseth mischief, like a sharp razor worketh deceitfully. It's got to be talking about the wicked. These are international bankers and the elites, man. Thou lovest evil more than good, and lying rather than to speak righteousness. Salah. Thou lovest all devouring words, O thou deceitful tongue. Verse 5. The Most High shall likewise destroy thee forever. He shall take thee away and pluck thee out of thy dwelling place, and root thee out of the land of the living. Salah. Verse 6. The righteous also shall see and fear, and shall laugh at him. Verse 7. Lo, this is the man that made not the Most High, Yahweh Shah, his strength, but trusted in the abundance of his riches, and strengthened himself in his wickedness. And that's what that's what, not we, but that's what the men of Yahweh Shah gonna do. That's what the righteous men are gonna do, man. They're gonna laugh at you, you clowns like Kendrick Lamar, you wicked niggas that trust in y'all witches, y'all riches, man. Y'all gonna be laughed at. This is Proverbs 3 and 16. This is, and this whole section is the name of this section is the blessing of wisdom. So it's talking about wisdom. Verse 16. Wait. I'm gonna start at 13. Happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding. Verse 14. For the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver, and the gain thereof than fine gold. Verse 15. She is more precious than rubies, and all the things thou canst desire are not to be compared unto her. Verse 16. Length of days is in her right hand, and in her left hand riches and honor. So if you got wisdom, man, if you fear Yahweh Shemel Shine, you got wisdom, man, and understanding, and he sucks with you, and you be righteous in his sight, man, you gonna get riches. That's gonna come. You gonna get riches. Because with wisdom comes riches and length of days. It said that, verse 16 again. Length of days is in her right hand, and in her left hand riches and honor. So riches and honor is in her left hand. This is Proverbs 11 and 4. I believe, yeah. Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivered from death. So those men that leave this truth is righteousness. When you in this truth, you doing righteousness. This is righteousness. This truth is righteousness. Because when you in this truth, you rehearse the righteous acts, as Judges, I believe 5:11 says, or 11 and 5. I believe it's one of those. Let me look. They shall rehearse the righteous acts. Judges 5 and 11. Or is it 11 and 5? I probably got it backwards. 5 and 11. Yeah, it's 5 and 11. Let me highlight it because it wasn't highlighted. They that, I'm finna read it right after I highlight it. Well, actually, they that are delivered from the noise of archers in the places of drawn water. They shall rehearse the righteous acts of Yahweh, even the righteous acts toward the inhabitants of the villages in Israel. Then shall the people of Yahweh go down to the gates. So it says again, they that are delivered from the noise of archers. What is archers? What do archers do? They shoot arrows, right? So archers is talking about these missiles, man. These arrows in the places of drawing water. What is drawing water? That's an old saying. It's actually, it actually means uh, slavery. Um, I'm finna pull an example. Okay, this is Joshua 9:21. This is about a situation. I guess I don't know exactly what was going on in the situation, but Joshua, they let him live, and this is what they said. Joshua 9:21. And the princes said unto them, let them live, but let them be hearers of wood and drawers of water unto all the congregation, as the princes have promised. So, hearers of wood and drawers of water, that's basically slavery. This is another example. Joshua 9:23. Now therefore are ye cursed, and there shall none of you be freed from being bondmen and hearers of wood and drawers of water for the house of my power. Basically slaves. And Joshua said unto them, I mean, made them that day hearers of wood and drawers of water for the congregation and for the altar of Yahweh, even until this day, in the place where he should choose. So basically, he made them slaves, man. So they that be delivered from the noise of archers, these nuclear missiles, in the places of drawing water, slavery, there shall they be rehearsing the righteous acts of Yahweh. So where is we at now? We in drawing we drawing water right now. Um, and we are rehearsing the righteous acts of Yahweh, like the Passover stuff like that. We were rehearsing, you know. Uh, that's my point, you know. So riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivered from death. So this truth is righteousness, man. So when you lead that righteousness, you going back to sin. You leaving this righteousness and leaving back to sin. I don't know my whole point of getting that in Judges, but it'll probably come back to me. I lost my point. Uh, I got so stuck up in that. Uh, that proves that we are that this okay. That proves that this truth is righteousness, because when you come into this truth, you coming into righteousness and you rehearsing the righteous acts, as I just put in Judges 5:11. So let me get my next scripture. Proverbs 11:28. This is Proverbs 11:28. He that trusted in his riches shall fall, but the righteous shall flourish as a branch. That don't need no breaking down. That's clear right there. So you trust in your money, you gonna fall. This is Proverbs 13:7. There, there is that maketh himself rich. Actually, I'm gonna start at 1. I'm gonna end at 7. Uh, a wise son heareth his father's instruction, but a scorner heareth not rebuke. So verse 2. A man shall eat good by the fruit of his mouth, but the soul of the transgressor shall eat violence. Verse 3. He that keepeth his mouth keepeth his life, but he that openeth wide his lips shall have destruction. Verse 4. The soul of the sluggard desired and hath nothing, but the soul of the diligent shall be made fat. Verse 5. A righteous man hateth lying, but a wicked man is loathsome and cometh to shame. Verse 6. Righteousness keepeth him that is upright in the way, but wickedness overthroweth the sinner. Verse 7. There is that maketh himself rich, yet hath nothing. There is that maketh himself poor, yet hath riches. So these people in the world, they making themselves rich, but they don't have nothing. But the men of Yahweh Bashim Al they making themselves poor, yet have great riches. That's the point. I broke it down for you. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Al Verse 22. This is Proverbs 22:4. By humility and the fear of Yahweh are riches and honor and life. I'm gonna say Proverbs 22:1. A good name is rather to be chosen than great riches, and loving favor rather than silver and gold. 2. The rich and poor meet together. Yahweh is the maker of them all. Verse 3. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. Verse 4. By humility and the fear of Yahweh are riches and honor and life. That's right. So I'm going to jump down to verse 16. Proverbs 22:16. He that oppresseth the poor to increase his riches, and he that giveth to the rich shall surely come to want. And basically the reason why I wrote that scripture down, because the main poor person that's being oppressed is our people, man. We are being oppressed. And Esau is oppressing us to increase his riches, man. This is Proverbs 23:5. Will thou set thine eyes upon that which is not? For riches certainly make themselves wings, and they fly away as an eagle toward heaven. So that tells you, riches ain't nothing, man. Riches fly away like a bird, man. And it says riches make themselves wings. This is Proverbs 23:5. Wilt thou set thine eyes upon that which is not? For riches certainly make themselves wings, and they fly away as an eagle toward heaven. That's right. That's why when you get money, it should be gone so quick. Because they make themselves wings, and they fly away to heaven. The last scripture I got is about wisdom and rich and infinite riches being with wisdom. So, you know, Yahweh Shemel Shah has that wisdom. He gives that wisdom to those who ask for it. This is 1 Timothy 6:17. Charge them that are rich in this world, that they be not high-minded, nor trust in uncertain riches, but in the living power, who giveth us richly, as all. I'm gonna reread that. 1 Timothy 6:17. Charge them that are rich in this world, that they be not high-minded, nor trust in uncertain riches, but in the living power, who giveth us richly all things to enjoy. Mm. 18. That they do good, verse 18. That they do good, that they be rich in good works, ready to distribute, willing to communicate. Talking about these rich people, man. You know, if you had riches, man, you should be helping out the apostles, man. You know, making sure they set up nice. Wisdom of Solomon. What my apocrypha? I just seen it. Oh, there you go. Slakia. It's my Apocrypha, Wisdom of Solomon 8 and 18. Oh, I had lost my train of thought, but now I'm back on track. This is Wisdom of Solomon 8 and 18. This is Wisdom of Solomon 8 and 18. And great pleasure it is to have her friendship. It's talking about wisdom. And in the works of her hands are infinite riches. That's right. That's the point. That's the point. And in the exercise of conference with her, prudence, and in talking with her, a good report, I went about seeking how to take her to me. You know? Because that's the point. Infinite riches, man. So, 22. Let me ask you 21. So, with that, I have pieced together a little lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shah. I had just searched in the word riches and some good scriptures came up. So, I decided to do this video. It didn't take me long to prepare it. So, here you are. I hope y'all was edified with that lesson that the spirit just talked to y'all about. You're not trusting your riches, man. Because those riches are gonna come to naught. They're not gonna profit you with the day of evil. But we just making money right now to just get by because Esau's kingdom. But I hope y'all is edified through the spirit and the power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah. That's the name of the Father, Yahweh, and that's the name of the Son, His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. And I hope y'all is edified. I really do. Do all things to edify of the brothers. So with that, I'm gonna say Shalom.